So Paul Skenes, who's dating the woman that my dad feverishly lusts after, he is a big shot. He's got a sub-2 ERA, 6-0, and yesterday he had a no-hitter going through 7, and he was pulled. All right. So let me just give you some background. So that was a day game. So I'm in the car after this happens, and unilaterally across all the sports platforms, because I'll get on and I'll listen to guys in other markets and stuff, unilaterally, everyone was outraged that they had pulled him from the game. Not because they would have liked to see him in the game, because they say the Pirates really screwed up. And here's what they said is, I'll give you all the things they said, and then I'll tell you why they're all idiots. Is that they said, well, for baseball, like why can't baseball get out of its own way? If baseball, can you imagine if Paul Skenes threw this no-hitter and baseball would have had him start this? He's going to start the All-Star game, but because Sale's going on Sunday, so Sale can't even pitch on Tuesday. So Skenes is going to pitch the All-Star game. So, what if he started? Then you could see him against Aaron Judge, and the Pittsburgh Pirates had a chance to develop a star. And why did the Pittsburgh Pirates do that? And I remember back in my day, pitchers would throw 120 pitches in a game, and Nolan Ryan never got tired. All those things are dumb. Here is why. If you as a fan wanted to see him finish the game, of course you did. That's great. That's you as a fan. If I am the Pirates, first of all, I am monitoring his velocity. First of all, he's inefficient. He threw 74 pitches through the first 4 innings. He got more efficient as the game went on, but there's a reason for that, and I'll tell you why. They monitor this kid's his spin rate, his velocity. On every pitch, they're monitoring it. They saw and came out and have told people that his velocity was down and his spin rate was down and that he was getting fatigued. So, why did he have a quick inning then, Fred? Why did he have a quick 7th inning? But precisely for that reason. Because when he's throwing in the hundreds, guys are fouling everything off. There's 8 pitch at bats. That's what's happening with him. It's a fact. That's what's going on. So, they have that data. But still, he's got a chance at a no-hitter. Well, then I would say, big deal. Jabronis throw no-hitters all the time. If it was a perfect game, I might put all this on hold. If it's a perfect game, I would be hesitant to pull him. If I'm the Pirates, under no circumstances am I screwing with this kid at all. The same people that said back in my day, I heard Robin Lundberg go, what's the difference between 100 pitches and 130 pitches?
Right.
A ton.
He's an idiot.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like, whoa.
All the arguments you could make, that might be the worst one.
Well, how about 30 pitches when you're tired?
How about 30% more?
Yeah, exactly. Like, and when you're fatigued, like, I will grant you there is no number of pitches that is scientifically proven to be the amount. So they're guessing. And they've done a million studies about it. And there is no precise thing. Okay? But if someone's getting fatigued, they're more likely to get hurt. The thing is this, is that if I am the Pirates, I'm saying I got this kid under control because I'm never going to be able to resign him. So I have this kid under control. I am not losing him for a year in any circumstances. I don't care if he throws a no-hitter in July at all. I want him pitching for me for the next 5-6 years. And I'm not getting him hurt. The reason people could pitch longer, if they did back in the day, is they didn't throw 100. The throwing motion, a lot of people go, the throwing motion is unnatural motion. That's untrue. The throwing motion is not an unnatural motion. The velocity that their arm moves is what's unnatural, and it's unnatural to the joint that is on the inside of your elbow. That is why all these guys are getting Tommy John surgery, and the same guys that yesterday were saying, why the Pirates pull Paul Skenes? Why the Pirates pull Paul Skenes? Some of the exact same people, the very day before, The very day before, we're saying there's an epidemic in Major League Baseball with pitching, and all these pitchers are getting hurt. And look at what's happening with the Dodgers, and the Dodgers have lost all this pitching, and Garrett Cole got hurt, and look at all these pitchers can't stay healthy. What's going on? So on one hand, you say there's an epidemic of pitchers getting hurt, and on the other hand, you say, why'd they pull Paul Skenes? Well, they pulled Paul Skenes so he won't get hurt. And if I was Paul Skenes' dad, and I was in the stands because Paul Skenes is probably a competitor, and we played the audio. He didn't want to come out. If I'm Paul Skenes' dad, I'm like, thank you for taking him out of the game. I want you to take him out of the game. Thank you. Thank you. I don't want him getting Tommy John surgery. I want him out of the game. Go ahead, John.
As a baseball fan, I don't care about, Major League Baseball, boy, they missed a chance. Wouldn't it be cool if he threw a no-hitter heading into the All-Star game? And I agree with you. He's probably going to start for the National League. It's on his day to pitch. It's too much of a coincidence. He's going to start for the National League on Tuesday night. But I wanted to see a young pitcher throwing bullets. By the way, he had allowed one base runner through 7 innings, only at 99 pitches.
But he was very inefficient.
He was coming off a 6-pitch inning in the 7th.
But I told you why he was. But go ahead.
But who's to say he can't have another 5 or 6 pitch inning in the 8th?
But we went through this. If he has another 5 or 6 pitch inning in the 8th, fine. But what if he has a 20 pitch inning?
If he has a 20 pitch inning, then I have no trouble with them taking him out.
But then
there's a limit. 110 is different. 110 or 115 is different than 99 or 105.
Okay, fine. But the idea that 110 is different. The idea that he's going to get through 2 more innings with 11 pitches isn't going to happen.
I just want, in a situation like that, and it's more overriding. A lot of Major League Baseball teams operate from a chart. It has to be 95 or 100 pitches, and then we have to take them out regardless. It's more of an overall feeling that I hate. Major League Baseball has segued from a field thing to a chart thing.
I understand.
And that's what I can't stand.
And that's very valid, and I understand it as a fan, but you have to understand that if you were the Pirates, you would have done the exact same thing. You would have done the same thing. If it was your asset, you would have done the same thing.
Probably. Probably
TJ
right.
was going to tell me that I was wrong.
I hate it.
And you have every right to hate it. But the reasons that people were giving
those arguments I agree with you. Those arguments
your opinion of not liking it is is very valid. And who am I to tell you not to feel that way? My problem was with this up in arms about how dumb the Pirates were to take him out of the game. By the way, the pitcher for Boston last night, they pulled with 104 pitches or something.
Through 6.
I mean, these guys get pulled in these situations. I don't care if I'm the Pirates about him getting a no-hitter. I don't care. And it's my asset, not him, my asset. And everything I said is true. They tracked him. His velocity was down. His spin rate was down. That's a fact. Oh, by the way, they also are trying to teach the kid to be more efficient. In what I just told you is they're like, look, you have this incredible stuff. You can blow everyone away, but you could make it through games. I guess they've been really, if you nitpick him, they've been really trying to drive this home. They've been saying to him, look, man, if you want to go further into games, you got to learn how to pitch to contact sometimes because you're striking everyone out and your stuff's phenomenal. But major league pitchers are not going to swing and miss at all your fastballs. They're going to foul them off because you throw so fast.
Right, and you're going to be up there throwing a lot more pitches, and they won't get hits off of them, but you're going to be out there a long time.
Right, and they're like, if you can hit these spots, you can pitch to contact and get out of innings faster. Go ahead.
I was reading this yesterday. Just to give you an idea for you non-baseball fans how good this kid is. You know the last rookie to start a Major League Baseball All-Star game?
What?
Hideo Nomo, 1995.
Well, his stats as a rookie are the best since at least 1901.
Yeah.
I saw some baseball writer put out yesterday. He's phenomenal. And for that very reason, he should get taken out. Or be more efficient. He had 99 pitches through 7. He was going to be up into the 120s, 130s, even if he pitched really well. And they would have had to take him out anyway. And even according to your argument, John, they would have had to take him out. And so they were going to take him out after 8 anyway.
I just want the player to decide it, not a chart.
The player can't decide.
No, the player to decide it, whether he goes too many pitches for anybody or gives up a hit. Just don't take him out before I believe it's time. That's all.
All right, well, they would have had to take him out after the 8th, according to your math anyway.
If he had another efficient inning, I think. And
if he had another 8-pitch inning?
105. Well, he averaged like 14 pitches an inning and had a 6-pitch inning in the 7th.
Yeah, but when you average 14 pitches an inning and you've had a 6-pitch inning, that means that was an anomaly. You know what I'm saying?
He's trending in the right
Let
direction.
the player decide.
We're splitting hairs here.
Like Pedro? Like Grady Little saying, you know what? You think you can go?
That's right.
All
of course, you had to bring that up.
Well,
Thank
that's
you so
the
much.
ultimate example.
By the way, Strasburg and Pryor, I mean, there's these guys that have been these phenoms that have all thrown their arms out. And they all were hard throwers, and they all threw their arms out. And they ruined their careers. Jesus Christ, I just told you the story about why one of the reasons Torrey got fired is because him and Rigetti were screwing around with this prospect that was coming off arm surgery, and they were saying he was throwing 30 pitches. And Cashman put in hidden cameras in the bullpen and saw that he was throwing way more, and the kid ended up never pitching in the major leagues again because they ruined the kid's arm. Like, no one knows. No one knows the right amount. But I'd way err in the side of, unless he had a perfect game. But way, and that's my own thing, and I'll admit that. But unless it's, I'd way err on the side of caution.
And just very quickly, the one thing I agree with John on is I understand they have to pay attention to spin rate and velocity and all that stuff. But if I were them, I would focus in on forget about all that. You know, the fact that, you know, it didn't do much for you in the initial innings. It's not necessarily because spin rate and velocity are bad. It's because of location and the strategy of where and what you're trying to do.
Yeah. They were only using that as a gauge to see if he was getting tired.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, they weren't doing it based on how effective he was. They were seeing if he was tired because they're paranoid that he's going to get hurt.
Right.
As I would be. I don't want him hurt. And if I'm a Pirates fan, quite frankly, I want him to pitch for the rest of the season so I can go see him pitch.
Yeah.
I don't want him to throw it. I would rather see him pitch all year than see him pitch a no-hitter.
Watch this kid pitch Tuesday. He is something else.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
And let's keep him pitching. I mean, these guys that are these baseball guys, they're wrong. Like, they're wrong about it. Like, the Pirates will tell you why they did it. They'll tell you. They'll go, this is why we did it. And you might go, oh, I don't like that. But it doesn't. But they're right. Like you're not right. Like, they don't want him to get hurt, and if he kept going, there's more of a chance he get hurt. That's a fact. Because it's more pitches. God, it drives me crazy. All right, but John, I get what you're saying. I'm not saying you're wrong. You have every right to get pissed off about it. It's just the Pirates did the right thing. All right, we'll be right back.
If you like that clip, check out more videos from Toucher and Hardy here. Point slightly up and to the left. For more Red Sox analysis and opinion, hit this playlist. Point slightly down and to the left. And for all the latest from the Sports Hub, download the app at 985thesportshub.com.